Hello YouTubers, Alaska Prepper here. Happy Friday, ladies and gentlemen. I will not be having a live stream this afternoon like we normally have on Fridays, okay? My next video will probably be this Sunday, which will be our news consolidation video that I try to put out every Sunday. I'll tell you real quick, I'm working on finishing the last little things on our new kitchen, and I'll tell you what, unless it's something that you do all the time, you're always forgetting to buy a little part here or a little part there. So I told my wife, I said, you know you're an amateur when you spend more money on gas than on the parts that you need to put something together. I was surfing through the news this morning and I kept coming up on articles about TikTok. I'm sure you've all heard about TikTok, that now I think it's Kevin O'Leary that wants to buy it. There's something about Trump and TikTok. Congress has been wanting to ban, or at least some members of Congress have been wanting to ban TikTok for a while now. Why? Because it's used as a tool to spy on the American people, at least those that use it, and even worse than that, it like branches off, and it's also used as a tool to influence our young. So I was reading this article off of Natural News. U.S. federal government created a secret portal to track MAGA purchases and spy on the American people, Congress finds. So this is not something that, they think they're doing. It's something that they've been doing. The government's been doing. Remember they? I talked about the word they on our last video. We've been spied on, ladies and gentlemen, for a very long time. It's just not mainstream on how they do it. Today, we have smart TVs, cell phones or smartphones. We have all of these internet connected devices that spy on us. And we just say, hey, that's just the way it is. Maybe they don't necessarily spy on us, but they definitely record everything that we say and or do that can be recorded through an electronic device and store that information in some kind of a database that's a huge database. I think it's in Utah somewhere, but it may be a different state. Anyways, we've been spied on for years with our dishwashers. Like it says here, CIA chief, I think his name is Petraeus, we'll spy on you through your dishwasher. It's great that you've got so much new household hardware connected to the internet. Remember, this is back in 2012, especially for the CIA, whose director wants to spy on you through it. Earlier this month, Petraeus, and that's General Petraeus, mused about the emergence of an Internet of Things. Now remember that this is back in 2012. And they say that is wired devices. At a summit for the QTEL, the CIA's venture capital firm, transformational is an overused word, but I do believe it properly applies to these technologies. And they're talking about technologies that can connect to the internet. Petraeus enthused particularly to their effect on clandestine tradecraft, meaning on their effect so that they can spy on you better. Unfortunately, they are using this on us, and they have been using this on us for years, ladies and gentlemen. All those new online devices are a treasure trove of data if you're a person of interest to the spy community. Once upon a time, spies had to place a bug in your chandelier to hear your conversations. With the rise of the smart home, you'd be sending tagged geological data that a spy agency can intercept in real time when you use the lighting app on your phone to adjust your living room's ambience. Ladies and gentlemen, that's why they've been pushing us to smart homes for so long. Hey Alexa, is it Alexa or is it Siri or whatever it is? Turn on the light in the bedroom. Do this, do that. Well, through those applications, they can tell pretty much what room you may be in, or even if you're pooping in your bathroom. I read somewhere that Facebook can even tell how many times a day you go in your bathroom and do the number 2. And they say here that items of interest will be located, identified, monitored, and remotely controlled through technologies such as radio, frequency identification, sensor networks, tiny embedded servers, and energy harvesters, all connected to the next generation internet using abundant, low cost, and high power computing, and ultimately heading to quantum computing. And that's why when we see articles like this, it should not surprise us, ladies and gentlemen. This government has grown very strong, and it has grown very big because it has the power of the purse, or it has the power of being able to create money out of thin air, which means that pretty much it can take from your labor and use that to create an even bigger state that can control you even more. And trust me, it doesn't matter what side of the aisle you're on. This is not a side thing. This is a good versus evil thing. And in the end, good will win over evil. And that is why I am such a proponent and advocate that we all be prepared, especially if you love freedom and you love this country. Because one day this monster that has been allowed to get as bloated as it has, i.e. the government, one day it's going to have to be dealt with. If you are for this, one day they will be coming for you. Okay, the useful idiots are usually the first to go once the tides turn. The House Judiciary Committee released a 36-page report this week revealing details about the secret tool federal investigators used to conduct broad financial surveillance of Make America Great Again transactions. Now, do you understand why there's so much talk about TikTok? Maybe they're trying to keep this information out of the mainstream, because this is our government, ladies and gentlemen. This is something that we can actually do something about. I won't get into on whether I agree or disagree with what TikTok's doing. Well, I mean, I can tell you right quick, I don't agree that we should be allowing something to be used upon us and upon our young to influence their behavior and to spy on us, the American people. But then again, look at this. Our own government is doing it to us. A special web portal we know was used to target domestic violent extremists, including presumed supporters of former President Donald Trump, as part of a sweeping operation by the Federal Bureau of Investigation and the Treasury Department's Financial Enforcement Network. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think about this. Do you think that it's right for our government that we employ to take our tax dollars and then use it to collude with private corporations, with private banks, without issuing a warrant, without any due process, without any crime having been committed, and to spy on we, the American people, so that they can put people on a list just because of what we believe or what anyone may believe? And again, remember, those of you that are for this, one day it will be your turn. One day there will be someone in power that will go ahead and not like what it is that you're saying. Is that the kind of country or world that you want to live in? I hear the word fascist all the time come from a particular group. But when the government colludes with large corporations in order to spy on its own people, ladies and gentlemen, that's the definition of fascism. I know that there are different colors to it, but that's one of the things that you can say, yeah, that's definitely fascist, because the government is colluding with big corporations so that they can get the upper hand, because they know that one day their power will be threatened. And that day is coming, ladies and gentlemen, and that's why you need to prepare. Having said that, I'll try to keep this as short as I can. I just want to get on here real quick before the day starts out here. It's still very early in the morning, so that I can get to work and what I have to do in the house. Have a great weekend, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully, I'll be putting out a video coming up this Sunday. Until then, God bless every one of you. God bless America. I'm Alaska Prepper. I'm out.